Accessing peace. Existing without violence, with the ability to calmly resolve conflict. Downloading love. An overwhelming, deep, positive affection towards others. Activating liberty. Living your life as you see fit without infringing on the lives of others.
Welcome to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio, online at fppradio.com. And yes, this is coming to you early. Yeah. It's a little early. And do you know why it's early? Well, I'll tell you why it's early. Because on Monday, New Year's Day, I am waking up early and driving to Lowell, Massachusetts to run a 10K. And yeah, I know, it's supposed to be super, super cold while I'm running that 10K, again, in Lowell, Massachusetts. Looking at a weather forecast right now, and the high for Monday is expected to be 11 degrees, which means I'm probably going to have like 4 layers of clothes on and some of those one-time use hand warmer things inside a pair of gloves, probably have some shoved down my compression pants that are also insulated, might even shove some down in my socks. I'm not really sure because it's going to be really, really cold, and I've not ever run a race in this sort of weather before. And, you know, I've thought about just not going. I have. I've really thought about just not going because it's supposed to be so cold. But, you know, I signed up for this, and I've paid money to go run 6.2 miles in, like, single-digit temperatures. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because, you know, not only did I pay for it, and if I don't show up, then I'm out the money. And, you know, I guess, well, one way or the other, you know, like the money's already there. So whether I show up or don't show up, but, you know, like at least show up and get the bib and pick up my T-shirt and my gloves and then run the race. And it'll only be like an hour, and I'll have hand warmers on me, right? And there's going to be a bunch of other people that are in that really uncomfortable position as well. And it's going to be really, really fun. I know it's going to be fun once I actually wind up getting there and doing it. And also, you know, it's kind of a not necessarily a goal race, but I've never actually run a 10K before. I know I've done much further distances, but that specific distance in a race I have not done. So it's just sort of one of those sort of things to check the little box of, yep, I've run a 5K, I've run a 10K, I've run a half marathon, I've run a full marathon, I've done an ultra marathon. And yeah, I know there's a bunch of different types of ultra marathons, and I definitely want to attempt and explore some of those in the future, not in 2018, because again, 2018, and I've spent 3 episodes talking about New Year's resolutions and why I don't like calling them New Year's resolutions, but goal setting. My big goal for 2018 is I am going to run the New York City Marathon. I need things to happen so that I can do it, but that is my goal. It's already on my calendar. I'm going to do it. I just need to figure out how I'm going to do it. So that's my big goal for 2018. Also, I want to wind up running in the DeMar Half Marathon. I want a time under 1 hour and 40 minutes. Which is about 17 minutes faster than what I ran the race last year. I know I can do it. I have to, you know, figure out how exactly to make it happen, but I know that I can do it. And then there are some other things that, you know, I'm sort of working out in my head of I want to fill in the blank, but I'm not necessarily making public of this is one of my goals. But let's talk about goals. And I know we spent 3 episodes talking about some, here are some suggestions for if you're setting a New Year's resolution. But I'm not going to talk about specific goals or specific ideas for goals, but more about why setting goals are important. Article from the Code of Living blog. 5 powerful reasons why goal setting is important. And of course, before explaining why it's important, we have to explain what a goal is. And I know I've attempted to define this previously, and basically everybody has their own definition of what a goal is. But the article here, again, from the Code of Living blog, and the link will be in the show notes. The author here, she goes to Wikipedia, and she says, according to Wikipedia, the definition of a goal is a desired result a person or a system envisions, plans, and commits to achieve a personal or organizational desired endpoint in some sort of assumed development. Many people endeavor to reach goals within a finite period of time by setting deadlines. In other words, any planning you do for the future, regardless of what it is a goal. So the next time you're planning on doing the weekly chores or deciding to watch that really cool action movie after work, always keep in mind these small tasks count as goals, and while seemingly insignificant, you are goal setting. And again, I think that just because you have a future plan of something doesn't necessarily mean that that thing is a goal. I have a future plan of having $50 million and dating a supermodel. I have no timeline for it. I have no way of making it happen. I have no set plan to make that come to fruition, so that's really just a dream. Right, so a goal is a dream with a deadline and some sort of plan of action. That's how I define goal, anyway. But again, what are some of the reasons why goal setting is important? Well, I've got 5 of them. And then some tips to achieve your goals in the coming year, or whatever it is that you wind up setting them, even if it's not on the arbitrary day of January 1st. Stay tuned.
Coinbase is a simple and secure online Bitcoin wallet for sending, receiving, and storing Bitcoin. Coinbase also allows you to buy and sell Bitcoin using a bank account or use their tools to accept Bitcoin as a merchant. Coinbase has more than 1 million consumer wallets and is trusted by over 25,000 merchants, including Overstock.com, Khan Academy, Reddit, and of course, FPP. Get started at coinbase.fppradio.com. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $1 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's fans.fppradio.com.
You're listening to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio with Darryl W. Perry, online at fppradio.com.
Welcome back to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio, online at fppradio.com. Maybe one of your goals is to invest in some cryptocurrency, and maybe you want something that's better than Bitcoin or one of the other major players in the crypto sphere, if you will. Maybe you want a cryptocurrency that focuses on users and usability. Then I suggest you look into Zencash. Zencash is the world's first private, distributed, and reliable platform for communications, transactions, and publishing. Zencash has the ability to use both transparent and shielded transactions, with shielded transactions using zero-knowledge proofs. That means that only the sender and the receiver know exactly what is in that transaction. Zencash also features global governance with inclusive decision-making, reliable funding for continuous improvement, and documentation and wallets in many languages that are available for Linux, Mac, Windows, and Android devices. Yeah, that's right. You've got Linux, they've got a wallet for you. You've got Mac, they've got a wallet for you. You've got Windows, they've got a wallet for you. You've got an Android device, they have a wallet for you. Learn more at zensystem.io. That's zensystem.io. Maybe after you go to zensystem.io and you find the links to download the wallet for that Linux, Mac, Windows, or Android device, you want to get your hands on some Zencash. Well, somebody has created a Zencash faucet. Go to getzen.cash and get some free Zencash. Zensystem.io, where you can learn more about Zencash. It's a truly amazing cryptocurrency that is really kind of unlike anything else that is out there. Yeah, I know it's similar in some ways to Zcash in that it has the zero knowledge proofs, but they're attempting to do so much more. Zensystem.io, and again, I'm so happy that they have come on as a sponsor. Zensystem.io. Now, let's talk about the reasons why goal setting is important. They give you focus. Goals give you focus. Imagine having to shoot an arrow without being given a target. What would you aim at? And say you did aim at some random thing out of sheer perplexity. Why aim there? And what would the purpose be? You get the idea? This is a literal example of what life is like without a goal or a target in mind. It's pointless and a waste of time, energy, and effort. What's the saying of if you don't know where you're going, you'll never get there? Sort of thing. Same thing. If you don't have some kind of goal, you'll never achieve it. And again, if you just have something vague of, I want to make more money. Well, all right, you get a 10-cent an hour raise at work. That's more. Is that what you want? Oh, no, you want more than that. Okay, well, define more. So again, getting back into the write-up here about goals giving you focus, you can have all the potential in the world, but without focus, your abilities and talents are useless. Just like how sunlight can't burn through anything without a magnifying glass focusing it, you can't achieve anything unless a goal is focusing your effort. Because at the end of the day, the goals are what give you direction in life. By setting goals for yourself, you give yourself a target to shoot for. This sense of direction is what allows your mind to focus on a target, and rather than waste energy shooting aimlessly, allows you to hit your target and reach your goal. Goals allow you to measure progress. By setting goals for yourself, you're able to measure your progress because you always have a fixed endpoint or a benchmark to compare it with. Take the scenario for an example. David makes a goal to write a book with a minimum of 300 pages. He starts writing every day and works really hard, but along the way he loses track of how many more pages he has written, or rather how many pages he has written and how much more he needs to write. So rather than panicking, David simply counts the number of pages he's already written, and he instantly determines his progress and knows how much further he needs to go. So not only do you have that goal that you know where you're going, but sometimes you do have to sort of stop and reevaluate to see how far you've come. Goals keep you locked in and undistracted. By setting goals, you give yourself mental boundaries. When you have a certain endpoint in mind, you automatically stay away from certain distractions and stay focused towards the goal. And again, this is something that differentiates a goal from a dream, because a dream could just be some wonderful, amazing thing that you're not really focused on. Yeah, it would be nice, but you're not really focused, and so you're just wandering aimlessly wherever, and you don't have a target to shoot for because it's not really a goal. It's just a nice to have. So being focused on a goal can help you, again, stay focused and not get distracted. The process happens automatically and subtly according to research. To get a better idea, imagine this. Your best friend is moving to Switzerland and has a flight that takes off at 9 p.m. You leave right after work at 8:30 to see him off, and you know it's 20 minutes to the airport. So you make it a goal to reach the airport in 15 minutes by jogging rather than walking so that you have more time to say goodbye. Would you get distracted by anything along the way? And in this scenario, imagine that you would actually be able to get through the TSA checkpoint to see your friend off. I know here in the U.S., you can't go through TSA unless you've got a ticket or other certain special circumstances that most people aren't aware of. But the idea is still the same. You want to say goodbye to your friend. You're not going to get distracted. You're not going to stop somewhere along the way. You're not going to run to your house. You're going to go straight to the airport to see your friend. Stay tuned. There's more here on Peace, Love, Liberty Radio.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you are helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at weusecoins.com. That's weusecoins.com. Born into a devastating world and raised among the crowd, the Cloudwalker assumes a new identity and begins the unrelenting quest for truth. In this epic journey, he discovers dark secrets about aspects of his previous life that he once trusted. Through the Journal of the Cloudwalker, he shares both the traumatic hardships and the eternal beauties of his experiences. Fueled in the beginning by his unsettling thoughts and emotions, he learns how to find peace with everything he has woken up to. Dear Society by the Cloudwalker is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores.
You're listening to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio, online at fppradio.com.
Hey, welcome back to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio, online at fppradio.com, talking about reasons why goal setting is important. Again, goals keep you locked in and prevent you from getting distracted. Again, the example here is that you've got a friend that's leaving for Switzerland at 9 o'clock. You get off work at 8:30. It's a 20-minute walk to the airport. Again, forget the whole existence of the TSA and the fact that you couldn't actually get to the gate to see your friend. But you know it takes you 20 minutes. If you run, you can get there in 15. Would you stop along the way for something? No, because you want to get to the airport. The author here says, I bet you answered no for each of the questions of would you get distracted? Would you stop for a break or a snack? Would you go to your house first? No. This is what a goal gives you. Focus. No matter who you meet along the way or what you see, assuming nothing is out of the ordinary, your goals allow you to stay locked in. You subconsciously keep away from distractions, and your focus remains only on the goal. And, by the way, if you didn't know yet, this is how you become successful. You set a goal, you lock it in, and then you give it 100%. Goals help you overcome procrastination. When you set a goal for yourself, you make yourself accountable to finish the task. This is in complete contrast when you do things based off of a whim, and it doesn't matter whether you complete them or not. Goals tend to stick in your mind. If not completed, they give you a shoot. I was supposed to fill in the blank. These reminders in the back of your head help you overcome procrastination and laziness. And then there's a notation here that says, but keep in mind that long-term goals actually promote procrastination. Most people aren't good with deadlines 3 months away. So whenever you're given a long-term goal, break it down into several short-term goals so you can complete a chunk of the larger goal every week or even every day. And again, there are studies that basically confirm this, that people will take as much time to perform a task as they have to perform the task, if that makes sense. So let's say you're given an assignment at work and you have 15 minutes to complete the task. Chances are it's going to take you 15 minutes to complete the task. If at work you are given the same assignment but then told you have 2 hours to complete the task, chances are it will take you very close to 2 hours to complete the task. And again, that's because the way the brain works, to where you will wind up taking as much time to do the task as you have to do the task. Now, that's not to say that sometimes a task actually does take 2 hours to do and you're given 2 hours to do it, whereas if it's a task, again, that takes 2 hours to do and you're told do it in 15 minutes, well, certain things you can't do in 15 minutes. But I digress and continue with number 5 on the list of 5 reasons why goal setting is important. Goals give you motivation. The root of all the motivation or inspiration you have ever felt in your entire life are goals. Goal setting provides you the foundation for your drive. By making a goal, you give yourself a concrete endpoint to aim for and to get excited about. It gives you something to focus on and to put 100% of your effort into, and this focus is what develops motivation. Goals are simply tools to focus your energy in positive directions. These can be changed as your priorities change, new ones added, others dropped, etc. Now, there's also the article about 4 tips for helping you achieve your goals. Number 1 is to start with the right mindset. First, you have to shift your thinking. We tend to experience what we expect, writes Michael Hyatt, author of Your Best Year Ever, a 5-step plan for achieving your most important goals. He calls this a goal toxin, the thing, again, where you experience what you expect. Specifically, think about the beliefs you have that are holding you back and swap those for thoughts that encourage you to move forward. Hyatt says you need to recognize that most of the barriers we face are imaginary. There are a million thoughts running through our heads, but we alone get to choose what we're going to believe. There have also been multiple studies that have found that optimists tend to be physically and psychologically healthier than pessimists. Number 2 is to craft specific goals. And again, this is something that I have mentioned many, many times. Now, there are 2 more things on here, but before we jump into those, I've got a question for you. Do you use cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, as an alternative in a fiat-centric world? Then you need SpendABit in your arsenal. SpendABit is the search engine for things you can buy with cryptocurrencies. SpendABit has aggregated millions of products from thousands of Bitcoin-enabled merchants. Keep your money in the free economy. Spend a bit. Use my affiliate link, spendabit.fppradio.com. And if you're a Bitcoin-accepting merchant, like I am, ask about their merchant suite to reach even more customers. That's SpendABit, all one word, SpendABit. Spendabit.fppradio.com. Stay tuned. There's more coming up here on Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. How to achieve your goals.
Are you sick of government lackeys who say you didn't build that? Are you tired of elitists who think you need a government permission slip for everything? Everything you do is an A to B conversation, and the government should see their way out of it. Create true free markets by adopting the BIPCOT No Government License. The BIPCOT No Gov license allows use or modification of any product, service, or software except by governments or government agents. Go to BIPCOT.org. That's Bravo, India, Papa, Charlie, Oscar, Tango.org.
Bitcoin Not Bombs is a launching pad for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs into the financial freedom of the Bitcoin economy. Bitcoin Not Bombs offers premium publicity campaigns designed to facilitate an organization's adoption of Bitcoin as a payment system. Bitcoin Not Bombs is fully committed to being the hub of the nonprofit sector of the Bitcoin economy, maximizing the potential cross-promotion of all our clients and commercial partners. To learn more, visit bitcoinnotbombs.com.
Hi, this is Roger Paxton from the Lava Flow Podcast, the Free Coast Freecast, and Pax Libertas Productions, and you're listening to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio with Darryl W. Perry.
Welcome back to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio, online at fppradio.com. I am your host, Darryl W. Perry, the Liberty Penguin, the Wombat, the uncut cocaine of libertarianism, and we're talking about how to achieve your goals. Again, article from CNBC, 4 tips to achieving your goals. According to a leadership expert, start with the right mindset. Then craft specific goals. Again, be specific. You want to make more money? Well, that's not specific. You want to earn $10,000 more per month than what you're making now? That is specific. You want to date more? Well, what's that mean? You want to date a specific person? You want to have a steady girlfriend? Be specific with your goals and use why as motivation. Yeah, that's right. Why? You asked the question all the time when you were a kid. I know I did. It happens to the most motivated of us, the desire to quit. But the key to follow through, according to Hyatt, again, that being Michael Hyatt, the author of Your Best Year Ever, Steps to Achieving Your Goals, he says the key to follow through is identifying the why behind the what. He says when we begin a project, there's all kinds of enthusiasm. We're energized by the surge of excitement that comes from novelty and our own creativity. But that surge is like starter fluid. It's not the fuel that will see us through the journey. That's why so many New Year's resolutions only make it a few weeks. To go the distance with your goals, you need something stronger. That strength to push through setbacks and keep your momentum can be found in the underlying motivations, the why. Remember why you started and remind yourself of any rewards that will come to you once you accomplish your goal. And finally, have a strategy. Again, I know I've said it numerous times. If you don't have a plan, you don't have a strategy, then you don't have a goal, you have a dream. Hyatt says most goals fail because you're missing proven implementation tactics. One of the best things to do to execute a goal is to break it down into more manageable tasks. Knock out the easy task first to develop some momentum. Anticipating obstacles you might face and determining the best course of action to take in advance can also set you up for success. So review your goals daily, weekly, or quarterly. There's more. Link will be in the show notes. And don't forget, every Friday I answer your questions. Send those over ama.fppradio.com.
The podcasts of FPP Radio are licensed under Copy Heart. We believe that copying is a form of flattery and do not abide by the copyright laws. Those laws serve to restrict the flow of ideas which no one can really own. Copying is an act of love. Love is not subject to law. If you enjoy the show, consider joining the Fans program and get perks like ad-free versions of Peace, Love, Liberty Radio and FPP Radio News, and also get a copy of the monthly newspaper FPP News. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com.